Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing a little makeup tutorial today, but first I had to show you this cup. It is literally my favorite thing of all time. My mom made it by hand. Yes, I love her. So if you're interested in your own little glam cup when you're getting ready, let me know. She's amazing and makes them with love. Alright, so for the makeup tutorial, first things first, you're going to clip your hair back, just like that. And make sure that your skin is moisturized. I already washed my face and I use Skin Script products, and just prep your skin by making sure that you're moisturized, and then just go ahead and start tweezing your brows. And let me tell you, I learned you pluck a chicken, you tweeze a brow. So we're tweezing just to make sure that everything's clean, and we're starting with a clean canvas. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil. This has been just one of my absolute favorite brow products of all time. Yeah, definitely the favorite of all time. So just brush them up, just like that. And then you're gonna lightly start filling them in. It doesn't matter which eyebrow you start with, you are just gonna go in and just start to fill in the sparse areas. And I always like to add a little bit of a point to mine towards the end. What we're doing is we're just enhancing that natural beauty that's already God-given. Already there, we're just enhancing those features. And then just continue to kind of fluff them out, using that spoolie on the end of the brush. I believe that brows are gonna frame your face, and so it's one of my favorite steps of my makeup routine, and it's why I start with it too. All right, and we are all done with brows. Now we're going in with our brow gel. This is a clear Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel, and you're just gonna fluff them up to make sure that everything that you just did is gonna stay in place throughout the day. So you just do a little bit of eyebrow gel. Next, I'm going in with my foundation, and today I'm using the Kylie Jenner Skin Tint in the shade 2.5 Neutral. I'm obsessed with this. I absolutely love it. It's so good for such a natural look. It really just helps your skin look like just skin. If I was going for a more dramatic evening look or something of that sort, I probably would not use this. But since I am doing an everyday, just wanting a natural look, this has definitely been my go-to recently. All right, and then I'm just gonna start blending it in with my beauty blender. And make sure that your beauty blender is wet, everybody. A lot of people I know, when I start doing their makeup or I'm teaching people, they've been doing their makeup with a dry sponge. Get her all nice, wet, and just dried out, like wring it out to where it's nice and big and fluffy, and just start sponging her in. Tap away, you're tapping into the skin. Make sure that you get down the neck so there's no harsh lines or anything. And then you are gonna go into the forehead. So just make sure that you're blending and tapping, kind of a mix of a tap and a pull. Just kind of all over the face. And this is gonna set the foundation for the rest of the skin. And I do always get above my eyelids as well. Just kind of make sure that you have all the coverage that you need. And this foundation is a buildable foundation as well too. You can always add just a little bit more in areas if you notice that you have any discoloration without your skin, or if you have any texture. This foundation is great for hiding that, and also just kind of covering up any spots, and you can just continue to build. So I typically have a little bit of red undertones throughout the day sometimes, and so around my cheek area I notice that I like a little bit more coverage. All right, and then I'm going in with concealer. This is going to be the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is an all-time favorite concealer of mine. It is very high coverage, and honestly it's up to you how much you need. You could either do a little bit or a lot. It's completely buildable, lasts a really long time. It's amazing. I use it on brides, I use it on myself, photo shoots, lasts all day. It's fantastic. So with concealer, you're wanting to not just conceal any imperfections throughout the skin or discoloration, but you're wanting to enhance the center of your face. So you're wanting to basically brighten up that center of the face so that we have contrast and that your face looks sculpted and snatched. So we're just going to blend. And you don't have to use a different beauty blender for your foundation and your concealer. It's honestly just preference, what you like, but I would recommend blending in your concealer with another beauty blender. or the same one. If you like more of a light coverage, you could do a brush or even your fingers if you really wanted to. My preference has always been Beauty Blender. I think it just looks seamless and it helps creasing. I love to do this and just blend, and blend away. And while you're blending here, typically throughout my day, if this is everyday makeup and I'm on my concealer step, I'm just going through my day, what is going to take place, how you can be of impact to people around you. At this point in your routine, you want to start building that pattern and habit of reminding yourself of your worth and your value. If you have anything that you want to remind yourself or learn or grow in something that you want to do every day, I typically find myself doing things while I'm doing my makeup. So I'll pray sometimes when I'm doing my makeup. I will listen to podcasts, music, videos, anything of that sort, or just think about how can I be impactful today? Where am I going? What am I doing? And how am I going to represent what I want to represent and be the best version of yourself? All right, and so then after you do that concealer, we're still on the concealer step, but what I love to do is get a shade or two lighter than that shade that we just used and go even closer into the corners of the face. So if you can notice, this shade was a bit lighter, and this is still just gonna enhance the center of the skin and the center of the face. So that's the goal, is to just help create contrast. And so we're gonna do just a little bit of that light concealer in the center over top of that regular concealer shade that we just used. And this is still just gonna really help brighten up that under eye area. And guys, this just takes practice too. The more that you do it, the faster you'll get at it, the more confident you'll get at it. So just continue to practice, have fun with it. Know that makeup remover exists for a reason. Don't put too much pressure on it, have fun with it, and just practice and figure out what shades and what you enjoy, what level of coverage you'd like for the event that you're going to, or just even if you're just doing it for just yourself and you want to do it. Just continue to blend it all in, and then we're going to set it really fast. I like to set before I even do my powder, just to help make it look like skin. So we're going to set it in place with a little Morphe setting spray. And so what that does is it just really helps it look like skin. It just helps it look a little bit more natural, because after those layers of foundation and a couple of concealer, may start looking just a little bit cakey. So I like to set it in place. And just a little bit more blending with a brush. I use this Morphe brush right here, and I'm just gonna bring this down all the way. And this is really just gonna help me blend even more. And so just continue to blend, and make it seamless. So it is just one blank canvas. And now I'm gonna be using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This has been my absolute favorite translucent powder for years. I don't use any other brand. This is my absolute favorite one in the shade Translucent. And all this is gonna do is it's going to set in place that foundation and concealer that we just put on, so that throughout the day you don't find creasing in your smile lines or on your eyes or anything like that. So just put it in the same areas where we put everything else. I'm just gonna put it underneath the eyes, on the forehead. And it's okay if this gets messy. Like if you've got powder all over your face, if it looks white and crazy, don't even worry about it. We're gonna brush some of it away, and with setting spray, it'll work out. So don't worry, just have fun with the translucent powder, but this is a very important step, very, very, very important step that I would not skip over. Now, what we're going to be going into is contouring. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I love this palette. I've been using it for years. And what I'm gonna be doing is contouring and bronzing my face. So as you can see, I basically just use the dark shades in this palette. I've probably bought like 10 of these throughout the years. I love them. And I start with the middle shade to kind of bronze a little bit, tap, and then work in an upward motion. And we're gonna start bronzing up the skin. I'll go ahead and tell you, I love me some bronzer. Like I like to feel bronzed because I'm not gonna be out in the sun. We spend way too much time on our skincare and care about the health of our skin to protect it, to go and burn it and sit in the sun. So we have self-tanner and bronzer for that. So just continue to bronze, enjoy this time. Know that you're just bronzing up. This is the fun part. And I just kind of go in between those two shades because that's what works best for me and my skin tone. I do think that this palette works really well for majority skin tones because it has 3 options in there. And honestly, I'll switch depending on the season as well. So if I am a little bit more fair in the winter or anything of that sort, I'll use the first 2 shades, and then maybe during the summer, if I'm self-tanning some more, I'll do that. And then where I was pointing, that's gonna be into the hairline. Push this bronzer into your hairline so that there's no harsh lines and so that it looks natural. You're just always gonna push it back into the skin, into the skin. We're working always in an upward motion. You can use a separate brush, or if you're in a rush, this is what I typically do since it's my everyday routine. I will literally use my fingers and kind of squish together that bronzer brush to get around the sides of my nose and just bronze up and contour the sides of my nose a little bit. You can use a separate brush for that part if you really are into contouring your nose. For me, whenever I'm getting ready every day and I'm just trying to get it done, go fast, I will just use the same brush and squish it. Okay, and now for setting spray again. Just set all of that in place. And then get your fan and let her dry. Enjoy it. Breathe. Today's gonna be a fantastic day. And know that you are beautiful, you are strong, and you got this. All right, and for the next step, just continue to blend just a little bit. Okay, and now we're just gonna blend just a bit more because after all of that, you can never blend too much. We do not like any harsh lines right around here. So just blend away. Now I'm gonna curl my lashes. And I just used an eyelash curler and we're gonna curl, curl, curl. Curl them lashes. Okay, we're curling these lashes. Need another sip. Again, if you want your own bedazzled tumbler by Angel, let me know. I love her. Each individual crystal by hand, guys. She's amazing. Highlighter. This is my favorite. This is the Becca highlighter. I literally love this highlighter. It is amazing. It just looks like sheen on the skin, butter. It's amazing. You're gonna get this little brush, and what we're gonna do is highlight the high points of the face. So that's the nose, Cupid's bow, cheekbone, and the forehead. Again, tap, and then put it on the high points of the face. So this is just gonna help accentuate the high points of your face so that when you turn, when you're looking at different angles, you have a little bit of glow to you. Continue to just highlight away. I love highlighter. And again, Becca Champagne Pop is the shade that I used. And it is absolutely amazing. And now I'm going in with the Anastasia highlighter. This is another highlighter. This is a new one that I've been using and I actually love it. And so I get a smaller little flat brush and this is what I'll use to highlight my brow bone. So right here, this is gonna really just help highlight and accentuate the high point of the brow. So that same thing for the cheekbone, whenever you turn, there's gonna be a nice little gleam to your skin. So you're highlighting that brow bone right there, both of them using that flat brush right there. Morphe are my favorite brushes. If y'all are looking for a good brand of brushes, Morphe has always been my favorite. You can get them at Ulta, online, love them. Okay, and now the inner corner of the eyes. This is my favorite place to highlight. I just really feel like it just brings that extra pop. And especially just for an everyday little glow, I just love it. I think that it just is very flattering on almost, I think, all skin types, all faces. I think adding a little bit of highlighter in the inner corner and on the lid just a little bit just adds that little extra bit of oomph that is beautiful. All right, and now I'm going in with lips. I'm using this MAC lip liner in Los Angeles. I absolutely love this. I'm not one for a lot of lip shades. This is honestly one of the only ones that I'll use. So I just feel like it's flattering, it's good for every day, and I'm just going to be lining the outside of my lip. And nothing too like super harsh, just making sure that you line it. And then we're gonna do the tops, lining just the perimeter of where your lips go. And sometimes I will just, since it's every day, I don't want it too harsh. just maybe lick them a little bit, lick your lips, or yeah, and just like that. Bring down that color just a little bit so that it's gonna blend with whatever shade of lipstick you use. Rub your lips together so there's no harsh lines, it's looking a little bit natural. Sometimes I use my finger or just a little napkin or something, but just line them just like that. And now mascara. I love mascara. This mascara, Lash Paradise by L'Oreal, is my favorite. It really is. So we're just gonna apply your mascara. I'm telling you, there's so many different mascaras on the market. I think that it is honestly personal preference when it comes to mascara. I have used high-end mascaras. I've used drugstore mascaras, so many different ones throughout the years. And my tried and true, the one that has lasted the longest for me, that I just continue to go back and go back for, is this one. It is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It helps with volume, and my thing is that it stays throughout the day, and it also doesn't weigh down my lashes too heavy to where I feel like once I curled my lashes, then I put this mascara on, and then by the end of the day, my lashes are like pointing downward, or they're just flat. So this really just helps hold the curl. It helps keep the shape of them, and it adds some thickness and volume to your lashes. I will typically also look down while I'm applying my mascara for this part. When I'm doing the upper lash line, that is what I'm gonna be doing. So just apply. And if you wanna do a couple layers of this, you can. But like I said, this is just everyday look. And so this is what I like to do for every day. But I am adding, I think, another layer on top just to give it a little bit more volume. Oh, and it looks like I got some on my eye. So what you're gonna do when you mess up like I just did, don't worry, don't freak out. Leave it there and let it dry. Don't try and wipe it with a makeup wipe or anything yet, just leave it. And keep working, and we'll come back to it. So you're still just doing that mascara. Now our lower, make the face, you already know we're gonna do that lower lash line right here. After we finish our mascara, we see where I messed up a little bit on the right side. So what you're gonna do is get the eyebrow pencil, the spoolie on the end of it, make sure that it's dry, and simply brush it away. Just like that. So if you can see where I messed up a little bit, all you've got to do is get you a little spoolie and brush it away. And then get the beauty blender and just blend it, make sure there's no harsh lines or anything, and you're good. Lips, I'm going to be using the Kylie lipstick. I love this stuff. Just a little bit because I do love that lip liner that I used, and I just want to bring a little bit of light to the center, so just the smallest bit of that. Blend it just a bit with my finger. All right, and we're almost done. And now just final touches. I like to do a little bit more highlight sometimes whenever I'm going back saying what do I want a little bit more of. Just a little bit above the lips. Last time we're gonna be doing some setting spray one more time. Let's do it. Spray away. Now you're gonna take out your clips and your fingers through your hair. Take out the clips. And we are done with this everyday makeup routine. I hope that you enjoyed this little everyday makeup routine. I love you and have a wonderful day. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.